Hi, it's Kimberly, the editor of Collide. Let's get started with Unit 2, Lesson 1. The first activity is on page 26. They'll fill in the missing words and then find the words in the word search. Okay, and then they'll find the word, the different words. So, like that. Then for the next activity, they'll turn to page 25. On this page, they're going to list a priority in each one of these squares and encourage them not to use people as a priority, but just like activities that they like to do. Okay, so then they'll write in their priorities. Then they're going to cut these out and order them from least to greatest. So you're just going to cut this part and you're going to leave the bottom part in the book. Okay, and then they'll tape or glue these together and then put them in this square here. So I'm just going to tape them. Then put them in a square. Okay, then they're going to cut out this God triangle here and put that on top. And this is to show us that God should be our top priority. And Him being our top priority should influence how we use these other priorities. So they can tape or glue that on top. The next activity, they'll turn to page 27, and they're going to read the different scriptures about things that happened to the Israelites and what either God did for them or what idols did for them. The obvious answer to each of these is that God did everything to help provide for their needs. So they're just going to put an X in each box. So there you go. So then in the last spot, they're going to write something God has done for them. So then they'll see that God helped them through their own situation. The next activity is this page where they're going to read different scriptures about the soul and then match them with the description. Now this is an involved activity, so you might want to give each preteen a few verses to look up and then they can share the answers with the class. So for this first one, okay, so those are the answers, and the answers are in your leader's guide, so you can help your students. The final activity for the Crashbook, they're going to turn to page 28. They're going to write down 3 things they love. Now, if they want to look back to page 25 and try to remember the top 3 priorities that they had, they can do that. So my top 3 were, okay, so then you can do this before class or during class. They're going to make a 2-inch by 2-inch square and then a 4 by 3/4 inch spring out of these papers. So I'm going to fold this kind of like a fan. Okay. I'm going to write God on this square. And they're going to tape this to the page and so that the spring is above all of these things. And that's to show that God should be our number 1 priority and that He should influence the things that we hold as priorities. Okay, that's it for lesson 1. See you next week.